to the dynamic learning hub of XLR at Andheri East. A prime spot conveniently located at just a 5-minute walk from LIC Andheri Metro. In our journey of over a decade, we have proudly trained over 2 lakh students. We have also been recognized by Deloitte, Silicon India, and other accreditation bodies. Experience learning like never before in our spacious and comfortable classrooms. With high-definition projectors and state-of-the-art acoustics in place, we ensure effective learning even to the farthest point in the room. A hybrid mode is a game changer as you can enjoy the benefits of a live classroom from the comfort of your home. Even if you happen to miss any classroom session, you can still attend the same session with the same trainer at the same time at your convenience, maintaining consistency in your learning progress. Want to get started? Join us for a demo or career chat over a cup of coffee at our Andheri branch. XLR. We don't just train, we build careers.
Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives.
The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets.
So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
It was a great course and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our Technical Fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it.
I was very much interested in learning digital marketing course for a very long period of time, but I don't get a proper platform. So later from our college, I get to know about XLR and I enrolled in XLR course. It was really good experience. Our course has been taken by Mayur sir, and he was very good teacher. He not only focusing on theory part, he is doing how real digital marketing works, and it was in total very good experience. I get so much of knowledge. Here they not only focusing on study, they are also conducting different exam to test our knowledge, and as we are giving the exam, so to appreciate our work, they give certificates for the toppers, and along with the certificate they give hampers. Thank you, XLR.
Recently, I was searching for digital marketing courses online in Google, and I came across XLR, and I attended a digital marketing course which was for 15 days. My mentor Mayur helped me for attending these classes. So he is a very informative and helpful guy. In the course end, there is a exam which I topped, so I came to the XLR office in Bengaluru. This digital marketing course has helped my career and my skills to develop, and the certificate has helped my company to join. Thank you, XLR.
I came to know about this course from my college. Actually, for learning platform, this is very nice, and I learned from here ChatGPT and AI from online. Because he's teaching for me for AI generative and ChatGPT. We are using this technology in more. And after finishing the courses, I came for collecting the certificate. I seen the classrooms and faculties. Classroom is very nice. After the completion of exam, they will give gift and certificates. Thank you, XLR, for giving these courses. I learned a lot from this. I gained the more knowledge from here. And thank you for XLR for teaching us.
Hello guys, I'm Vikram Mahajan and I'm studying in Swami Vivekananda Institute of Technology College, and I came across a training program which was mobile app development using Flutter, which was given to us by XLR Solutions. I came across this program through my college faculty who told us about this program, that it is a very good course and you should enroll in this course. So I enrolled in this course, and initially I felt really good about this course because they started everything from a very basic point of view, that even if someone who doesn't know anything about Flutter or anything about mobile app development can also learn the same way the ones who know about it are learning. So no student was left behind and everyone was given equal attention. All the doubts throughout the course were cleared. And if we had any questions also, we were like, the trainer was also ready to stay for a longer time than it was scheduled, even for the sake of doubts. So that shows how important the students are to them. So it was a really good experience with XLR's program, and by the end of the training program, I was able to develop my own application. And through the development also, there was another point. So our sir taught us about how we can connect our own mobile phone to our laptop and write code in our laptop, and you can see the output in your phone, which is really creative and interesting for me. I felt really good about that. So in the end, I developed my own mobile application. I showed it to my mother, I showed it to my friends. I felt really good about it. So I would really suggest XLR. I would recommend it to all my friends to take courses from here, as they focus on the children, focus on the students, and they focus on what's necessary, that is the students' doubts gets cleared and everything else. So today I came down to the XLR
Good evening, everyone. Hope all are doing good. So, today we have our trainer Rajesh. Rajesh, you can take up the session. Rajesh, are you there? Rajesh, you are on unmute. Mute. Yeah. Students, please wait. Trainer having some network issue. He will start within 2 to 3 minutes. Thanks for your patience.
Hello everyone, good evening. So welcome back to Salesforce. Am I audible and screen is visible to everyone? Please let me know from XLR team. Like
Yeah,
Chandan.
Rajesh, it is visible.
Okay, am I audible, right?
Yes, yes, you are clear.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you very much actually. Can you start recording please? So in our last session, so we learn about what is relationship and what are the different types of relationship. At the same time, we learn practically how we achieve the self relationship. All right, so let me log into Salesforce. Okay. So this is a URL for logging it. Can somebody tell me, meanwhile, can somebody tell me what is the login URL for Sandbox? Anyone? Everyone? What is, can you post me in the chatter? What is the URL for logging into the Sandbox? What is the URL for production? It is login.salesforce.com, right? For Sandbox, what is the URL we need to mention in the browser? Please let me know in the chat. Anyone in the chat? And how about this challenge here yesterday, whatever you completed? So what is the working? Have you done the formula for creating the working hours for a doctor? The difference between logout time to the login time. Have you done that? Even let me know in the chat also before starting the session. Right. So there are different types of relationship. I think Chandan, it is not recording. Please let me know that actually. Right. So yesterday we have seen the self relationship. So today we are going to, so today's agenda is we are going to look at lookup relationship, master detail, roll-up summary, many to many, and hierarchical everything. Got it? At least let me start. Okay, at least I started recording. Fine. So yesterday we have seen the self relationship, right? Okay. So today we'll see the lookup relationship as well as the master detail relationship. Okay. So lookup and master detail. So in our yesterday's self relationship, basically when you want to create a formula, we used to create that formula in the S object itself. Like one field depends on the other fields. Like for example, if you want to calculate the age and all, you're going to create a formula that purely depends on the date of birth. And when you want to, right? Can I have your concentration, please, everyone? So certifications, absentees, everything and all, you can check it out later. Can I have your concentrations, everyone? Please, everyone, all the people. Right. I want, the next thing is that I want to calculate working hours of a doctor. Am I clear? So when I want to calculate working hours of a doctor, so I'll create a formula field. That this formula field is purely depends on the existing fields called login time and logout time. And based upon that, you need to write a logic. You need to test it whether it is working accordingly or not. Your formula is your logic of the formula, whether it is working properly or not. So this is what yesterday we have learned it. Now we'll go with lookup relationship and master data. Basically, what is relationship? You'll store the data at single storage. So whoever required it, whenever it is required, will provide a link for it. This is first main point. Okay, that's a primary point for the relationship. Even lookup relationship, master data relationship. Let me go with the first one called lookup relationship. This lookup works on two S objects. I would like to compare both here. Okay, more or less lookup and master data will give you the same only. I want to give you the relationship at the same time, the difference between the both. So this lookup works on the 2S object. Whatever master detail, even this master detail also works on 2S objects. Wow. Even lookup is also doing the same thing. Master is also doing the same thing. It works on 2S object and works on the wow. Nice. So 2S objects. So one S object, we'll call it as what? There is a naming convention here. So one S object, we'll call it as parent S object. Or we'll call it as master S object. And second S object, we'll call it as child S object. Am I clear? One S object, we'll call it as a like the lookup works on 2S object, master it also works on 2S object, right? But there is we should not call it something like a vague actually. 2S object means, but 1S object we'll call it as a parent or master S object, and second S object we'll call it as child S object. Even in master it also same only. Why? Because even the master also it works on the both. Okay. But as per relationship, I want to provide a link from one S object or one storage or one S object to the another S object. So far we learned what is that one S object. We'll call it as parent S object. The another one we'll call as child S object. Okay. Now my question is that from where to where you want to provide the relationship, from the parent to the child or from child to parent? Am I clear? You want to provide a link. So from where to where you want to provide in the lookup? In the lookup, so from parent to the child, you are going to provide the link, or from the child to the parent, you are going to provide the link. So this is the biggest question we need to understand here. So in lookup, basically in lookup relationship, we'll provide the link from child S object to the parent S object. Am I clear? In lookup relationship, we will provide the link from the child S object to the parent S object. Let us say something like my child S object is something like a patient. Okay, I have a parent S object called doctor. If you want to create a link between the doctor and patient from the lookup relationship, you need to provide the link from the child S object to the parent S object. Now, again, the third question is that why we need to provide the link here? Whenever you want the information, that is a basic definition, right? Whenever doctor, here the scenario is that whenever the doctor requires the patient information, you need to provide the link from the patient to the doctor. So blindly, you can choose something like lookup means whenever you want to provide a link from child S object to the parent, you'll go with the lookup. Whatever master detail, even master detail is same only. Whenever you want to provide the master detail relationship or master detail relationship or link and all, again, it is also going from, the link is going from child to the parent itself, child to the parent itself. Are we clear? So let me write down that point clearly. So in lookup, the link provided from child S object to the parent S. Let me highlight this. The link will be provided from child S object to the parent S object. Whatever master detail, even in the master also same also. Even in the master detail, the link provided from the child S object to the parent S object itself. Remember always. Okay, so for all the common points, right? If Salesforce is providing same kind of a category, then why Salesforce is providing lookup and master detail? Same features, right? Lookup also works on 2S object. Master detail also works on 2S object. Lookup also providing link from the child S object to parent. Even master detail also doing the same kind of a functionality, right? Then why Salesforce is providing two relationships here? But there will be difference. Right? So for example, let me go with the real time now actually. But you'll understand what is the difference between the lookup and master detail. Practically, you need to know it. Theoretically, it is not actually. Practically, you know it. You need to know it. Let us say the child S object in our application. Okay, the child S object which I'm going to choose as patient S object. And the parent or master S object as yeah, let's go with doctor. So when you want to provide a link between the patient and the doctor through the lookup relationship, so I should go from patient to the doctor. Through which relationship? I'm sorry. Through the lookup relationship. Why? Because as per the lookup relationship, the link will be provided from the child S object to the parent. What is the child S object here? Here it is patient. What is the parent S object here? Here it is doctor. In this scenario I'm talking about, as per the client requirement here. So when you want to create a lookup relationship, which is the child S object, go there, go to that S object and start creating the lookup and related to whom? Related to the doctor. So let's achieve that. Let's achieve this. So let's go back to Salesforce. So we are going for creation, right? So you should be there in the setup page. I'm already in the setup page. If you're not there in the setup page, just click on this gear icon, click on this setup. All right. So where you can create the lookup, even lookup also, if it's a field, it's a data type. Okay. So just go to the object. Here, as per the client requirement, you need to create a lookup relationship from where to where, from the patient S object to the from the patient S object to the doctor S object. So in that case, you should go to the patient S object. You should go to the patient S object. Go to the fields and relationship section. Click on new. Now we need to select the lookup relationship. There is a description here. You can read that later. Okay. Now I have selected lookup relationship here, right? Fine. Just click on next here. And the step 2, choose the related SO object. Related SO object means you have selected the lookup relationship from where to where, from patient to the doctor. Now it is asking which is your related SO object. Related means your parent SO object. What is that? So you can find out all the standard SO objects and custom SO object. So what is the parent custom SO object here? So that is going to be doctor. That's it. I'm not doing anything here. And just click on next there. You'll have a child relationship name here. This is very important. In development, there is a concept called retrieving a data, kind of Sockwell and Saucel and all. So when you want to retrieve the parent related child records, so you require to have this child relationship name there. So remember always, whatever the name you are providing, the same name you are going to use it over there in the Apex also. And there is one more called lookup filters here. It's an optional one, but anyway. So what is lookup? And so when you want to filter your data, according to between the child to the parent, you can do this. If you just click on this show filter settings and all, you can create a criteria here. Let us say something like, I want to filter only the date of birth which belongs to the equals to, okay, kind of 19, okay, I think sorry, so 1995. So if I provide this criteria, right, so whatever the patients belongs to the date of birth called 19/5/1985, only those values alone will show it up to the parent. That's it. Am I clear? So this is what called lookup filters here. This is what we'll call as lookup filters. Okay. Even you can reset your default message, everything and all here. You can do that if you want to go with any kind of a message, and you can go for that actually. If you don't require it, you can hide it, you can proceed it. So generally, we won't go with this lookup filters and all. Very rarely we'll go with the lookup filters in the real time. But anyway, we need to understand what is this lookup filter and all. If in interview point of view, if anyone asks you, so what is lookup filter? So to filter, the name itself here. So to filter the child data to the parent, we use this lookup filters here. Okay. Right. So I'm not creating any kind of a lookup filters here. Just click on next. Okay, the label, I think I need to remove this. I'm very sorry. Then I can go to the next. Again, provide the field level security for system administrator. Add to the layout, but only to the patient admin layout. Click on next and save it. That's it. You can see there is a field called doctor. The API name is doctor_nurses. What is the data type? It is a lookup. And to whom? The parent is doctor. So this is how we create the lookup relationships. And always remember that lookup relationship and master detail relationship, the link will be provided from the child S object to the parent S object. As of now, as per this client criteria, so we need to provide a lookup from patient to the doctor. So this is what here. Now let's go back to our application. Go to the app launcher. Click on the application. Go to the patients. Just click on new here. Select the record type. Okay, so now we'll enter some data here. Let's enter something like a Joseph. Let's do something. Let's enter some dummy data. See, now it is asking doctor. So do we have how many doctors over there? So let me go back to the doctors and let me check. So we have only one doctor called Dinesh here. So let me create a new doctor. Let's have something like Amaresh. Let me go for some other, okay? Chandana. Mita. And save it. So far, how many doctors we have here in the doctor is object? We have only 4 doctors here. Now, if I go to the patient, if I select this, see, whatever the data present in the doctors, you can see it. Now, this patient related to whom? Let's say something like a Chandana here. Okay, and let's enter some phone number of the patient. Address. Okay, Karnataka. Infosys campus. Mysore. Okay, and save it. Now, this patient Joseph being related to whom? Related to the Dr. Chandana. If I click on this Chandana doctor here, you redirect to the tab called doctor. There you can find out doctor details, everything and all. If you go to the related, there you can find out the patient's information. So for the doctor called Chandana, how many patients been related? Only one only. If you want to relate other also, you can do that. If you go to Jamuna and if you relate this to again Chandana itself, right? So if you go back to the doctor here, if you go back to the doctors here, okay, if you go to Chandana, Dr. Chandana here, see, this is what happened. I'm sorry. Am I clear? This is how we create the lookup relationship from the child S object to the parent S object. In our scenario, who is the child? The child is going to be the patient. And who is the parent? The doctor is going to be the. So here is my question again. Okay. Let me close this. If I go to patient, let me create a new record. Let me create a new record. This time I'll go with Salim Khan. Okay, I'm providing all the data. Okay, can I have your attention, please? Okay, so Madhapur, Hyderabad. Okay, so I'll select Telangana, Hyderabad. Have I mentioned the doctor information? Have I selected the data here? No, I didn't. But if I try to hit on the button called save here, will it save? Let's test it. It's saved. The record being created. So that is what lookup here. What is lookup? When you provide the parent data or not, doesn't matter here. So what do you call this option? So that is what optional, I'm sorry. Okay. What do you call this facility? We'll call it as optional, that data. It is not a mandated data here. So that is what lookup. Lookup means optional data. The parent data is an optional. Am I clear? Even though when you create a lookup relationship from the child S object to the parent S object, but the parent information is not mandatory. So that is what lookup relationship here. Are we clear? Please let me know. These are very important points. Okay. The lookup. Okay, let me write them briefly. So it is an optional data. Let me write them properly. Optional data for the parent. So the parent data is optional. So that is what lookup relationship. What about master detail? We have seen the first difference, right? But what about master detail? Even master detail is the same optional data for the parent. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. I would like to provide. All right. Okay. Here the same example, but I'm going to change the child X object as laboratory. Even laboratory also requires the doctor information, right? Am I clear? Right? So I would like to provide the master detail from laboratory to the doctor S object. Clear? Through what? Through the master-detail relationship. Through the master-detail relationship. So to create a master detail, again, as per the definition of master detail, you're going to provide the link from the child S object to the parent S object. What is the child S object? Laboratory. What is the parent S object? Doctor. So when you want to create a master detail, where you should go? You should go to the laboratory S object. Now let's go back to Salesforce and go to the setup page. This time in the object manager, search for the S object called laboratory. Okay, go to the fields and relationship. Now start creating a new and with the data type called this time master detail relationship. There's a huge description being given here. Read it that while you are practicing. All right, just click on next. Again, in step 2, it is asking the related S object. So related S object is something like a parent S object here. Why? Because we are creating a master detail relationship. So this time we are creating the master detail to the doctor S object. Click on next. Again, I'm going with the same name. If you want to change it, you can do that. Okay. If you want to change the child relationship name also, you can do that. But let it as it is. Even in the master detail also, you can find out the lookup filters here. The same functionality, you can find it over there in the master detail also. Why? Because whenever you want to filter to the limited records or you want to provide the limited records as per the filtration criteria and all, you can go with the lookup filters and but this option you can't see it over there in the lookup. So that is called sharing settings center. In administration, you will be understanding what is this sharing settings center. But anyway, as of now, remember there is two called read only, read write only. Okay. So sharing settings will work on the data level security, that is, you'll be understanding in the administration. So I don't want to confuse with this now actually. Remember, just note down somewhere, right? Sharing settings will have read only, read write only, that works on the data level security. But you will be understanding that. Just click on next. But you can see here, when it comes to the field level security, the visibility for the field, for the doctor, for the master detail to the laboratory, it is not editable, which means that what? So that is a mandatory field. That is a mandatory field. Clear? Just click on next. Add to the laboratory layout and just click on next and save it. Right? So go back to your application, reload it. If you go to the laboratory, so if you just click on a new one, so there you can find, let's say something like a blood test. So the doctor which been suggested by something like Sushmita here and save it. Now if you click on Sushmita or if you go to the doctor also, both are same only. Go to Sushmita. There you can find out patient information as well as laboratory information here. Let me go to the laboratories tab there. This time I'll go with X-ray test. Let me select this time as the doctor, Sushmita itself. If I save it, see, if you go to the doctor Sushmita there in the related, you can find out the laboratories, blood test and X-ray. You can ask me a question, why patients here? Why? Because there is already a lookup. between the patient to the doctor. Am I clear? There is a lookup from patient to the doctor. And there is a master detail from laboratory to the, this is master detail, MD and lookup. So that is the reason in doctors you can see both the patient's data as well as the laboratory data. Even from here itself, we can create the data also. Yes, Salesforce is very talented. From here itself, you want to create a patient data, you can do that. Let's say, okay, Sumati. So if I select something like a some data. See? At the same time, you can find a Sumati patient over there, here. So that's what. So this is how we create the lookup and master detail in Salesforce. But I want to create a new medical test. I have entered the name. This time, let's just call it like a laparoscopy. If I try to save it, oh my God, it is asking the doctor's information. Why? Why? Because from laboratory to the doctor, what kind of relationship we provided? So we provided master detail relationship. So that is what the reason. So, which clearly means that, okay, the data in the master detail, the data is mandatory. The data is mandatory. So that is the first difference between lookup and master detail. And again, what is the another difference between lookup and master detail? What is the another difference between lookup and master detail? Let's go back to our Salesforce. Let's understand practically. Let's say something like a Sushmita here. So Sushmita having one patient here. Sushmita having how many patients? One patient only, that is Sumati. So that's what in lookup, we provided lookup from child. This is patient is going to be the child. And the doctor is parent. This we know it clearly. That is what the scenario we achieved it. Okay. Now what I'm doing here, I'm going to delete one of the parent record which is associated with the patient called Sumati. If I delete this, if I delete the parent record called Sushmita, if I delete the doctor called Sushmita, the parent record, what will happen to Sumati? What will happen to the child record? What will happen to the patient record here? The child is patient here. So what will happen to the child record? If I delete a parent record, what is the situation of the child record? Still, it will be existing. See, Dr. Sushmita was deleted. So what is the situation of patient, whether Sumati, the child record still, it will be existing in the database or even it is also will be deleted. So let's go to the patient. Still I can see the 9 records, which means that Sumati is still existing. So whenever, right, in lookup, whenever you delete a parent record, still the child records still exists. This is what very important point. Whenever you delete a parent record, still the associated child record still exists, but what is missing here? The link. The link is, it's broken or disconnected. The link between the parents or the child to the parent got disconnected. Am I clear? So this is what lookup. Let me repeat one more time. Whenever you delete a parent record, the associated child record still exists, but the link between the parents, the link between the child to the parent will get disconnected. That's it. So let me write down that in your notes. So when you delete a parent record, the associated child records still exist, but the link between the child to the parent get disconnected. So this is what. So this is what lookup relationship. Got it? So in lookup relationship, the data is optional. The parent data is optional. At the same time, when you delete a parent record, still the child associated child record still exists. But what is missing? The link will get missed. The link is missing over here between the parent and the child. What about master detail? So what about master detail? Will it be the same like a lookup? Let us check it out. Let's go back to Salesforce. So master detail being provided from this time the child is the laboratory and the parent again it is going to be doctor only. This is going to be the parent. Okay. Now, what if I delete Chandana? The doctor called Chandana. Why? Because it is associated with the two. Oh, there is no laboratory. Yeah. Okay. Why? Because we just deleted, right? All right, no problem. TML test. Again, let me connect to the same doctor called Chandana itself. Okay. Glucose level test. Let me have one more, okay, for practical purpose and all, okay. Sugar test. All these tests being, right, assigned to, linked up with the Chandana itself. If you go to the related, in the related tab, you can find out here. Glucose level test, sugar test, and TML test. So who is the parent? The doctor is parent. Who is the child? The child is laboratory. The three records here. So if in Chandana, doctor, right? So she referred the laboratory test to the glucose level test, sugar test, and TML test here. So if I delete the doctor, why? Because it is a parent. Now, what is the situation of the laboratory? What is the status of laboratory? Will these records still will be existing if I delete also? Let me click on delete. So I have deleted Chandana here. Let me erase this. You can clearly see I don't see the doctor called Chandana here. If you go to the laboratory, I don't see anything. I don't see anything here. Do you see any data for the laboratory? I don't see glucose test, TML test. Am I clear? So what happening in the master detail? So that is what. So when you delete the parent record, the associated child records will also get deleted. Basically, this phenomenon we'll call it as cascade deletion and cascade deletion. When you delete a parent record, the associated child records also will get deleted. This phenomenon we'll call it as a cascade deletion. So the next question is, you have deleted all the details. Where I can see all those things, all those information, and even in your laptop, when you delete your data, where you can see, you can able to see in the recycle bin, right? Even Salesforce also having the recycle bin. This is something like a edit your navigations, personalize your navigations under. Just click on add more items. Just click on all. So search for recycle bin. Add to the one navigation. If you want to reorder it, you can do that. I'm not doing the reordering. Just click on save here. So you got a tab called recycle bin, and you can see two things here. This is something like org recycle bin. I'm sorry, this is my account recycle bin. There is another one called org recycle bin. Org means total Salesforce itself will have one recycle bin. That is org recycle bin. But you can able to see only the doctor's information, Chandana and Sushmita. What about the child records? So that's what we will call it as reparenting. If I select Chandana and restore, okay, so that parent related information itself, you can find it out. If you go to the laboratory, now you can able to see. Why? Because in relationship here, the repair, when you restore the data, the reparenting also possible. So if you go to Chandana now, I can see all the laboratories. Even if you go to the recycle bin, if you undelete or restore, okay. So if you just go to the respective doctor, so which is the one, Sushmita, right? You can able to see the patient. So this is what we'll call it as reparenting. So that is the reason you can't see the where is it? You can't see the child records. Why? Because parent detail will be there hiddenly. You can find out the associated child records. So that is the reason. But do you think that the data will the how many days the data will be available in the recycle? Do you think ever time? No, it is not, only 15 days only. Okay, so only 15 days itself, the data will present in the recycle. After that, automatically the data get, after 15 days, the data will get automatically deleted. So remember always that. Anyway, we won't prefer the delete actually, unless until if you don't have the permission from the client. So delete is kind of not the best practice for the Salesforce, unless until if you get the permission from the client only. So that's what the real time things. Okay, so that is what the difference between lookup and master detail here. So lookup is optional and master detail is mandatory. And lookup, if you delete it, if you delete a parent record, you can still see the child records, but the link between the child to the parent will get disconnected. But in the master detail, when you delete a parent record, the associated child record will also get deleted. So that's what the difference between lookup and master detail. Are we clear? Please let me know. Fine. Anyway, if you have any still doubts and all, thank you, Saurabh. Thank you very much for the fast response. Okay, so we have seen the lookup, master detail, and self relationship. Now we'll go to the next one called roll-up summary. All the concepts are very important. Roll-up summary, relationship. In lookup and master detail, the link will be providing from the child to the parent, right? In roll-up summary, it is exactly opposite of it. So here, the link will provide from the parent here from the parent is object to the child is object. Am I clear? So this is what the one roll-up summary. As in lookup, you can see the link will be provided from the child to the parent, either in the lookup and master detail, but in the roll-up summary, it is exactly opposite of it. Exactly opposite of it. Am I clear? All right. But generally, if you clearly understand what is child as object doing, what is parent as object doing, this is what the question should arise in the mind here. What is child as object is doing? And what is parent as object is doing? So basically, what child as object doing during the relationship here, right? During that, just a moment, please. All right. So when you're providing, when you're creating a relationship, what is child as object doing and what is parent as object doing? Right? Understand this point clearly. So basically, this child as object, it is providing information to the parent as object. So that is what child as object is doing. Child is providing information. Child is providing information to the parent as object. So once after receiving the information from the child, what is parent is going to do? The parent, okay, the parent is summarizing the child information. Got it? The parent, what it is doing? It is summarizing the child information. That is what parent is doing here. So which means that unless until if the child as object is not providing any information to the parent, The parent will not do any kind of summarization. Simple. Simple. See, in your college, if you go to your college or university anywhere, if you daily go to your class only, you will get the attendance from your teacher, from your professor. Am I clear? Unless until if you are not attending your classes until, will you get your attendance? That is not. So likewise here, whenever the child as object is not providing any information to the parent will not do any kind of a summarization. So that is what the fact. Clear? Now the next question is, in how many ways? Okay, so before that. So whenever you want to create, okay, there's a tricky question here. Okay, so whenever you want to create a roll-up summary, dash relationship is mandatory. Am I clear? So whenever you want to create a roll-up summary, so basically what child is doing here? Child is providing information to the parent. When parent want to summarize the child information, you need to create a roll-up summary. But when you want to create a roll-up summary, so the dash relationship is mandatory. I can say like this. There is a patient as object and there is a doctor as object. See, when the patient visited, only the doctor came to know about the patient's disease, everything under. If the patient is not attended the doctor, then doctor will not provide any kind of a prescription. So that is what the fact. So when the doctor wants to prescribe a medicine, then the patient has to visit the doctor. Are we clear this point? Again, let me repeat this. Okay, when the doctor, unless until patient visited only, the doctor can provide the prescriptions and medical tests, anything under. If the patient is not, so definitely the doctor will not provide any kind of a test, kind of medication also. Yes or no? Makes sense, right? At the same time, when I want to create a roll-up summary, the link is providing from the parent to the child here, Again, the child is providing information, the parent is summarizing the child information. There is a link up here. Unless until the child is not providing data, the parent will not summarize it. So, which clear statement is that whenever you want to create a roll-up summary, either you need to create a lookup relationship or master detail between those two. So this is what the fact and a direct statement here. Are we clear? So when you want to create a roll-up summary, how the roll-up summary will be created? From parent to the child. So when you want to create a roll-up summary, first you need to create either lookup or master detail. Only two ways only you can do that. So which one will choose it? Which one you'll choose it? Either you will select the lookup or master detail. But the very important is that when the parent want to summarize it, you require to have the child, you must provide the child information unless until if you are not providing, if you're not providing the child information, then the parent will not summarize. Which clear state, again, it is a direct statement. When parent want to summarize the child information, the child must provide the information to the parent. So now you need to tell me which one I go with, whether I should go with the lookup or master detail. That you need to check it out. But in lookup, the parent data is optional, right? Yes or no? When I click on save button, I can the data is going to be stored. But in master detail, the parent data is mandatory. The parent data is mandatory. So, which means that that's good, Divya. That's very good actually. That's a good thing. So, which means that whenever you want to create a master detail, whenever you want to, sorry, I'm very sorry. Whenever you want, you want to create a roll-up summary. So first thing is that you need to create the master detail relationship. That you need to understand. Roll-up summary depends on master detail only. Why? Why? Because in master detail relationship, the parent data is mandatory. So that is a reason whenever the data is master, that's very good, Bharat Kumar. Okay, right? Master detail is the correct answer. That's good. So whenever you want to create a roll-up summary to summarize the child information, the parent must require the child information. So that is a reason roll-up summary, when you want to create a roll-up summary, between that child to the parent, first you need to provide the master detail relationship. That's very good. Are we clear? So that's good. All right. Now the next question is that in how many ways the parent will summarize the child information. Summarize the child information. Okay. So let me write down sum, min, max. Let me go with the first one called count. Okay. Sum, min, max. So as per our scenario, we already provided a master detail from laboratory to the doctor, right? So when you want to create a roll-up summary, let's go to the parent to the child, which means that when you want to create a roll-up summary, you should go to the parent in master details. What is the parent? The parent is doctor. And you look, this is something like, I'm very sorry, this is not lookup here. Okay. So that's all. So we'll go to the parent S object called doctor, and there we need to check for the child S object called laboratory. So let's go back to Salesforce. Okay, and let's go to the setup page. as we already have the master detail relationship from the laboratory to the doctor, so we are creating a roll-up summary from the doctor S object to the child S object called laboratory. So I'm in doctor. Let's go to the fields and relationship. Just click on new here. Now you can able to see the roll-up summary. Do you know one thing? The interesting point, what Salesforce, what is the beauty of Salesforce here? You can find out some lines between over here. There is a separate section for each and everything here. There is a section for auto number formula rollup. There is a section for lookup, master detail, external lookup, everything under. There is another section for each and everything under. You know, what is the meaning for here? This auto number formula rollup under, you know, what is the relation here? Guess it and tell me tomorrow. Why auto number and formula rollup summary in one section? Lookup, anyway, lookup and master detail, these are comes under the relationship. These are other things, other data types under, but why these three are in one section here? Okay, so let me know the answer by tomorrow. Why auto number formula and rollup summary in same section itself? If you know it now, put it there in the chat. Okay. Anyway, now rollup summary. Just click on next. Okay, that's thank you, Akash, for the attention. Now I'm going to create a field called number of patients. Sorry, number of tests. Number of tests suggested by the doctor. Okay, I would like to know number of tests, test and okay, this time, okay, let me go. Number of medical tests. Okay, let me put it in places. Okay, fine. Just click on next. See, in the step 3 here, define the summary calculation, the summarized object here. You can able to see only laboratories here. Why? Because we provided, that's very good. We provided the master detail from laboratory to the where? To the parent S object called doctor here. And you can see the functionalities are different ways of summarizing the chain to the count, sum, min, max, everything under. Again, there is a line here. There is a line between the count and sum, min, max here. What's the difference? Okay, so count basically works on the number of records. It is relating to it is going to calculate the associated records, associated child records. The sum, min, max works on the fields. Remember always. Remember always. Am I clear? So count works on the number of records associated, associated child records. Number of associated child records. But sum, min, max works on the sum, min, max works on the fields. The fields which are present over in the child S object. Clear? So what is the field name here? I want to know the number of medical tests suggested by the doctor to the laboratory. So for that, can I go with the count? Yes, we can write. Fine. Why? Because that works on the number of okay, so 3 types of mathematics. Of course, it is actually count, sum, min, max. It's related to the mathematics only, but there is a line, right? So this is what the difference. Count is in the graded blue color one, and sum, min, max in the graded pink color or orange color, something under. Okay, and there is a line here. So count works on number of records, number of associated child records. Sum, min, max works on the field related to the child S objects. I can give you a real-time scenario for it. Okay, don't worry. So for example, Now this is what the real-time challenge here. I want to know, I mean, as a doctor, I want to know how many medical tests being suggested to the laboratory. So for that, it's purely how many records. It purely depends on the records. Okay. So that's what. And sum min max means, for example, there is a field called cost of the medical test. Cost of the medical test. Here I have suggested something like a 3 tests. Okay. So each and every test is cost of something like 100, 200, 300. I want to have this sum of all the tests for the purpose of providing the discount. Am I clear? In that case, I'll go with this sum. I want to know the minimum cost of the laboratory. I want to know the maximum cost of the medical testing. These are all real-time scenarios. Am I clear? So that's what. So as of now, so the count is the appropriate function for calculating the number for considering the number of here. Or else if you want to go with any kind of a filter criteria also, you can define it here. Even Rollup also providing a filter criteria. Only those records will goes under the calculation. See, for example, I have 10 records, 10 tests there. Out of it, I'm just creating a task, I'm creating a criteria here. Let us say something like criteria. I'm just going to mention something like a medical test name related to only X-ray. This is the criteria I have defined here. So out of 10, right, it is meeting after the criteria, it is meeting with only 3. It met with only 3 records, 3 tests only. So this 3 is going to be displaying the number of records. Are we clear? So when you want to define any criteria based in the roll-up summary also, it is possible. Or else you want to consider all records which are present over there in the child and all, even that is also possible here. Either ways you can do it in Salesforce in the roll-up summary. So as of now, we have the limited records only, right? So let me consider all the records should be included in the calculation and just click on next here. So provide the visibility and just click on next and save it. Add to the layout and save it. So now you can clearly see number of medical tests are roll-up summary and the function is count and the child S object is elaborate. Now let's go back to our application. Let's test it whether it is working or not. Okay. Now if I go to Chandana here, I can see the number of medical tests is 3 here. If I go to the related, I should see 3. Wow. Fantastic. Let me add one more. Okay. If you still have a doubt, let me add one more. Okay. Okay. So ECG, let me assign the same medical test to Chandana itself and save. So if I go back to the doctor and see Chandana, so total number of medical, it was 3. Now it's been updated 4. If you want to know the tests, everything and all, you can see clearly here. Wow. Wonderful. At the same time, you can see 4. Are we clear? So this is how we'll deal with the roll-up summary. Remember always. This is for roll-up summary. Self, lookup, and master detail. We have seen the difference between lookup and master detail, and we have seen the roll-up summary also. Shall we go to the next one? Next one quickly. So we'll go to the next one called the next relationship called, guys, are we following right? Please concentrate, all the people, please. Okay, so let's go to the next relationship called many to many, many to many, many to many relationship. Basically, what is many to many relationship? Let me go for that. Let me make you understand what is many to many relationship. Like we have a parent. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, so we have parent A. We have two parents. One is parent A and the another one is parent B. One is parent A and the other one is parent B. So far, in lookup relationship, in master data relationship, we provided the child. Oh, that's very good actually. Thank you for following, everyone. Good. Right? So far in lookup and all, we used to provide the relationship from the childless object to the parent. That's fantastic. Even mastery also we done the same thing. Even that is also fantastic. Okay. But in many to many relationship, we'll have two parents. Okay. Let's say something like a parent A. Okay. For both the parents, this time what happening? We'll have a common child here. We'll have a child. We'll have a childless object. But here, this childless object, the childless object, it's common to both parents. Both the parents. Are we clear? We have parent A and we have parent B. For the both parents here, we have a common childless object. But we should not calling as a common childless object, but let me write down common childless object. But we should not call that actually. There is a specific name for this actually in Salesforce. That's what we'll call it as junction S object. Junction S object. What do you call it? Junction S object. So we have two parents here. Am I clear? We have two parents. One is parent A and the second one is parent B. Fantastic. And for the both parents, there is a common child called, oh, sorry. There's a common child called, where is it? Something like this. So basically, this is what we'll call it as many to many relationship. But because of that, actually, okay, architecturally, these two parents are connected to each other, can communicate each other here. Sorry. Are we clear? So that is what we'll call it as many to many relationship. Simple. Many to many relationship. Are we clear? So this is what. But here, the important very point, okay, forgot this. As we used to go for the child as object to the parent, the link will be goes from the child as object to the parent. Now here you need to understand, are we going to, either we are going to use the lookup or master detail. Either we can go for that, but as per the Salesforce and all, so basically we'll go with master detail relationship here. Basically, from child to parent, we provide the link by using master detail relationship for both, for both. Okay, let me just move this. Just let me rearrange everything. We can do that later also, no problem. This is not an issue. Okay. So basically, we'll provide a master detail relationship from the child to the parent. Got it? So, as of now, if I select something like the child as object called, if I select something like a doctor as a parent, so from the laboratory, right? We already provided master detail from laboratory to the doctor. Yes or no? In our scenario, in our application scenario, as per the client requirement. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create another master detail relationship with the patient. Even patient also require the laboratory information, right? So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create I'm going to create a master detail from laboratory to the patient here. Are we clear? Then what laboratory becomes? It will going to become a junction S object. A junction S object. Why? Because a junction S object. Why? Because as for Salesforce, we have already provided the laboratory to the doctor through the master detail. Again, now we are going to provide a link from the laboratory to the patient. So as the laboratory is going to be the common for the parent A called patient and parent B called doctor, then the laboratory we are going to call as junction S object. Clear? So we have already created this laboratory to the doctor. Now we are going to create the laboratory to the patient now. Shall we go and do it? Okay, let me erase everything. So let's go back to Salesforce. Now where we should go? We should go to the setup and in object manager, we should search for laboratory only, laboratory. Okay, so let's go to the laboratory. Click on fields and relationship, just click on new. Now this time I'm going to select the master detail and click on next. This time it is related to the patient. So select the patient as a parent as object. Just click on next here. Now let's go with the same field label. Otherwise, if you want to go with any label, and you can go with that. You can same thing. You can find out the sharing settings, everything, lookup filters, everything, and just click on next here. Establish the field level security. But if I click on next here, add to the layout. But if I click on next here, okay, again, add the related list here. If I just click on save here, now this time it will show up ended with the error. This is very important in Salesforce. before creating the master detail from laboratory to the doctor, we have not faced this error. Errors are very important in Salesforce for even not only for learning, it's a practice. It's a daily and best practice for learning the errors. So now this is the first error we are going to face. Cannot create master detail. Earlier, while creating the master detail from the laboratory to the doctor and all, we didn't face this error, right? But now why we are getting this? Why we are getting this? Let me read on this. You can't create a new master detail relationship on an existing custom object if records already existing. Now you should go to the laboratory and check, do you have any existing records? Yes, I have. Let me go with the list view call all and let me check. Okay. I have 6 records. I have 6 records here. So that is a reason here. So you can't create a new master detail relationship on the existing custom SO object if records already existing. Earlier, we don't have these records. So that is a reason now I'm creating a master detail in the many to many. Why? Because we need to face the errors and all. Are we clear? Earlier, we don't have this data. So that is the reason we have not faced this error here. But now we have the error because of this existing data handle. Can we delete? It is not a best practice. It is not a best practice. Can you delete and undo? That's not required, okay? Right. So for that, Salesforce is giving Salesforce is providing the like solution here itself. So for that, if data is already existing, you don't want to delete it. So first, what do you need to do? You first create the lookup relationship. What is the first step? First step, you should create the lookup relationship from the laboratory. Okay. First, we need to create the lookup. So that is what the best practice. We need to create the first lookup from the laboratory to the patient SO. So this is what step 1. The step 2 is that, okay, populate the lookup field with all the records. Okay, so we need to populate. Populate means we need to provide. Okay, populate means we need to populate this data. Which data? Patient data. I'm sorry. That is step 2. Now step 3. After that, once you provide the data, everything is completed, and then change the data type. Change the data type. Change the data type to master detail. This is very important. Okay, once after completing the step 1 and step 2, only the step 3 is possible. Are we clear? So instead of creating the master detail directly with the existing data, so for that, let us create a lookup relationship with same thing. Okay, from the laboratory to the patient. First, let's go back. Okay, right? So instead of selecting master directly, first you create a lookup as per the Salesforce. Again, related to whom? Related to the patient of that parent is patient only here. Select next. Okay, if you want to change the label, you can do that. Just click on next here. Go for the visibility. System administrator, click on next. Add to the laboratory layout, click on next. And done save. See, now we successfully created a patient field with a lookup from the laboratory to the patient. What is step 2? We need to populate the data. So what is the meaning of populating the data? We need to provide the patient information for each and every record. So for that, what I'm doing, let's go to the list view. Okay. Why? Because we have inline edit, right? So we have inline edit, right? So let's go with something like any patient. You need to populate as per the criteria only. This is, but I'm just going for the dummy data here. Okay, and save it. Have we populated everything? Yes, we provided data now. Now what we need to do? So step 1 is completed and step 2 is completed. Are we clear? First, we created the lookup relation from laboratory to the patient, and we populated the data here, patient data, parent data. Patient is a parent data here. Now let's go to the laboratory SO object. Where is the one? Where is the one actually? Sorry. Okay, I hope this one. Okay, I'm sorry. Right? If you go to the patient here, you have edit button here, right? Just click on edit. Okay. Now there is a new button. When you edit that field, you can find out change field type. Here you can find out master detail, select it and click on next here. And if you want, you can save it here. Now we successfully created, earlier it was lookup, right? Now it's been updated as master detail to the patient. If you want to test it, let's go to the laboratory. So medical test name, okay, I don't know. I forgot. Okay, EEG. If you try to save it, it is asking doctor's information. Okay, let's go with Chandana itself. Patient information. If I save it, see, patient became master detail now. Earlier it was lookup. Am I clear? Save it. Now, if you go to the parent call, doctor, there you can see the patient's information. If you go to the patient, there you can see the lab. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, there we can see the laboratory information. Are we clear? So this is what many-to-many relationship here. We'll have two parents. For two parents, there is a common S object. So that common S object, we'll call it as junction S object. I hope everyone is clear. And we'll go to the last one. Okay, just two more minutes. I'll okay. The last relationship, we'll call it as hierarchical relationship. So are we going to create any hierarchical relationship? No. Why? Because these are predefined in Salesforce.com and we're gonna achieve. Sorry, okay, we can achieve. Sorry, through roles. Through roles. Through roles. Okay, so let's go back to Salesforce. If you're there in the setup page, okay, search for roles. Okay, under users, you can find roles here. You can find the territory-based roles, product-based roles, and company-based roles and all. Okay, so setup roles, you can find out the tree structure over here. So these are all the roles, you can find it out. CEO, CF, even you can create one, you can create also one. Okay, let's call something like a assistant vice president. And save it. That's it. So all these roles comes under the part of hierarchical relationship under. So newly, you don't want to create any custom things not required for it. So this is what your configurations. So whenever you get a real-time project, this is what the first challenge you need to complete. Are we clear? The client will give you all the data. As an administrator, as a developer, you need to achieve all these kind of things. All right, this is what our part 1 of it. So tomorrow we are going to start with the CRM module 2 here. And later on we'll go with the security models, and later on we'll go with the development part and everything. Got it? So I'll stop here. So please let me know, do you have any questions? Again, the same thing. Okay. So can we create lookup? Yes, you can create. You can create, Mrs. Saurav. Again, everyone is considering the attendance only. Oh my God. Okay. I hope no questions. Everyone is considering on the attendance only. Okay, no problem. Don't ask me about the recordings. So this is something like here. If you have any technical questions, you can post me here. Okay. So don't ask me about the notes, recordings, attendance sheets, LMS, something and all. Okay. So we have a management team here. You can refer to that. Let me know any technical question from everyone. Anyone, please let me know. So far, so now. Any questions? Any technical questions? Okay. This question from Divya Srikanth. So how can I practice? Miss, that is whatever you learn it, to directly practice first. Okay. So go through the recordings, go through the notes which I shared to the Shushmit actually. So go there and check it out each and every point technically, understand it, practice. Or else yesterday also I have I've shown you the trial. There also, if you search for the application, project application, I mean, I have given assignment yesterday, I think, recruiting application. I know how many people completed, okay. So make sure that this is not something like a time pass, something and all, okay. So we are not wasting our time here. We are making a knowledge for the job oriented everything and so that's what. Okay. So make sure about that. Make sure. So please tell us, how can we delete the application? Click on the application, go to the app manager, click on your application, the right in the right side corner, you can see, I think I have shown you already. You might have missed it. So go to the app manager. Yes. So go click on the application. In the same row itself, you can click on. There's a drop down here, edit, delete, and clone. So if you want, you can delete also. But delete is not a good option. Sir, I have noticed that you have entered only 4 digits in the contact number field of patient service object. How to specify the condition that we have entered the 10-digit mandatory for contact number? Yes, this is very good question, Nalabu Karthik. I think you're following very good actually. So we have a concept called validation. Even tomorrow we'll try to cover up that one also. Okay, so we have a concept called validations. That through that actually we are going to achieve for it actually. Don't ask me the basic question, what is a stop? Go through all the recordings. Okay. This is 6th day class actually. Again, don't ask me for the basics and all. Janani Shivakumar. Okay. Go through the recordings and let me know that actually. A object is basically a storage element. Right? In Salesforce, we used to call it as object, but the SO object is Salesforce object here, which is used to store the data. But anyway, go through all the recordings. Okay. Any more questions, please let me know. Still, we have 10 minutes. If you don't have any question, let's over to Sushmita, Chandan. I don't know actually, the management team. Let me know any questions. Good, Karthik. Okay. Keep going daily, the practice, everything and all. Everyone. It is not meant for Karthik actually. All the 500 people. I think today attendance is 449, I think. Okay, all the people, please go through it, concentrate, learn it, practice it, get a job. That's it. Salesforce is that much of easy actually. Yes, please. I know who is talking here. All right. Over to the management team, Sushmita or Chandana. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll take up, Rajesh.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Students, I'm sharing the attendance link again. So please mark your attendance, and any more questions, you can.
And just a minute, please, Chandana. Make sure
Yeah.
that the Chinese has to be there from 8 to, I mean, 7 to 9. Okay. Someone is dropping, earlier started with 200. It has gone to 500, but after seeing 1 hour, after 1 hour, like 8 o'clock or 8:30, kind of dropping down actually. So let me make sure about that actually. Okay.
Yeah, like some students are coming for, only for attendance. So that's why they are leaving at 8:30.
That's fantastic actually. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Carry on, Chandana. Thank you very much.
Yeah, welcome. So, ma'am, where can we find the previous class recordings? So, Janani, you can find that in LMS. So please check in that. Ma'am, should we fill the form again? Like, may I know the form? Which form you are talking about, Vashini? Don't have LMS access. Okay. Just drop an email to edl@excelor.com and edl@excelor.com. Okay. So my team will give you the access. Please check, Nikita. Is there. So yeah, I hope there is no more questions in YouTube and Zoom. Ma'am, the date in the attendance form is 1st September. Just let me check it. No, it is 1st October. Can you please check that? If I'm not wrong. Okay, do we have session tomorrow? Yes, I wanted to update this. So tomorrow we don't have any session. Okay, as we have a national holiday, Gandhi Jayanti. So tomorrow we don't have, and again we have a session at 3rd. Okay, on Thursday. Yeah, we will, Sanket. I will upload those in LMS. Okay. Ma'am, sorry to ask. Please tell me once about LMS. So, Janani, I informed already that edl@excelor.com. I'm mentioning the email ID in the chat box. Please mail to this email ID that I need the access for this classroom. Okay, they will give you. Okay. Ma'am, after end of this course, you will provide projects? No, sorry, we are not. No, Anju, tomorrow there is no class. Okay. I hope tomorrow is holiday. Yes, Sakshi. Correct. Do we need to fill the attendance link again? If you marked once, that's fine. Okay, no need to fill again and again. Okay, you required attendance link, right? Yes, I'm sharing it. Please take from here. Okay, done. So I'm done with your questions. Oh, so we'll meet on 3rd again.